things are never as bad as they seem, are they? Yeah. Most of the worry, most of the stress in life is all up there, isn't it? The problem itself is never as bad as what it is up there. Example, phobias. That's where phobias come from, isn't it? A spider. People are scared of a spider. Why? It's an irrational fear up there, innit? For whatever they're thinking up there is making that, is bringing it out, is bringing the fear out. Yeah, because ultimately, it's a tiny little thing that its teeth ain't even big enough to bite through your t-shirt, you know. But it's an irrational fear. Fear is always worse up there. Worry up there. If you confront a problem, it's never as bad, is it? It's never ever as bad as what you thought, ever. I can't think of one problem in my life. I'm not saying I haven't run away from problems ever. I've done plenty of running away from problems, but I'm just saying there's never been. I can't sit here and think now of a time that I ever had sort of a fear or worry that I didn't confront, and the fear wasn't worse up there before I actually did it. It's always the same, because your mind plays tricks. Your mind plays tricks. It's not reality up there, is it? So you can think whatever you want. This is one of them times. This was definitely one of them times. At the time, I thought it was a right hairy moment for me. Yeah, like, again, it's all up there, isn't it? In reality, it weren't at all, but it's up there. It's important. If it's up there, it's real, isn't it? Your brain don't know the difference. That's why when you think of something sad, you get the same emotions. When you think of something happy, you get that same emotion. Yeah. So this was my first ever sentence. 16, 17 or whatever I was. I eventually ended up in Chelmsford. I've explained all this before. I turned 18 in Warren Hill, Feltham, Warren Hill, Chelmsford, Hollesley Bay, Decap. That's the order of the prisons I went to in my first sentence. I went from Warren Hill to Chelmsford because I turned 18. I'm a big boy now. Sent to the Mansdale. C wing. I wasn't that much of a man. I had to go on the YO wing, the young offenders wing, the child's wing. Keep us away from annoying the real prisoners. They used to keep like a couple of men on C wing. So like they would usually be on the servery or something, yeah. Say like 3 or 4 geezers, just I don't know why I would never, if I was a fully grown man, I would never have agreed to go on that wing. It would have done my head in. But I suppose they wanted them to try and keep some sort of order, and the screws couldn't rely on kids to clean and sweep and this. So I suppose, but I'm getting off the point now. That's got nothing to do with anything. There was geezers on the wing. There weren't that many of them, 3 or 4. Has nothing to do with nothing. I get put on the C wing within 10 minutes. Like I've got a cellmate, but he's not there in a minute. So I presume this is probably the afternoon time. I got a cab between 2 screws from Warren Hill to Chelmsford. It would probably be afternoon time, wouldn't it? I can't really remember. Within 10 minutes of being there, door's shut. I've got people at my door. Where you from, mate? Blah 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 blah. All the normal shit. I had like a good cop, bad cop at the window. Literally, it was like make believe. One geezer trying to stick it on me and be a bully, and the other geezer going, "No, leave him." But I could hear them like talking about their plan from through the gap in the door. It's not soundproof. There's a gap like that. Hello. So I can hear them like, yeah, but no, I'll be nice to him. We'll get this. I've been in jail for 4, 5, 6 months already, so they think I'll just come in. When you come in, you get a smoker's pack. You used to get a smoker's pack in prison, yeah. Smoker's pack would be, it's a smoker's pack. You have a pack of tobacco in it, Rizla and a lighter, and you'd have to pay that money back once you get it, yeah. Just so you're not without nothing, and I suppose it stops you getting in debt. But they used to give you this tobacco called Red Bull, like the drink Red Bull. It was literally, the party poppers that you get at New Year's Eve, like, or birthdays, like, and all this thing comes out. That's like what the tobacco was. It was literally like that. If anyone's ever seen Red Bull tobacco, they know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like party poppers. Disgusting. You've got to cut it up. You got to open the pack, pull it out the pack, because it's unsmokable otherwise. You can't smoke it. You have to let it dry out, pull it apart, cut it out with a razor, get it tiny, and then smoke it while it's dry dust. Anyway, I'll give one of the boys the sweet one. Yeah, have a Red Bull. I had other tobacco. I didn't only just come in. I'd been shipped from another jail, so I don't think they knew that. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting. I've got tobacco. I've got Golden Virginia and whatnot in me, like hidden. Yeah, I chucked the Red Bull in the drawer. Anyway, they'd gone after about 10 minutes of trying to see what else I got, what else they could get out of me. They was asking me about my stereo, things like that. Yeah, all right. My new cellmate comes. I can't remember when or how long I was in the cell on my own before he come, but maybe maximum it would have been a couple of hours. Maximum. Anyway, we get on. Shake hands, hello mate, how are you? He's a nice fella. I actually meet this geezer every single time I go to jail after. Every single time I ever do a little bit of a sentence, do a little bit of bird anywhere, I bump into him in the jail that I'm in. It's weird. Just the way it is. You always see the same faces. You don't see new people. But I literally bumped into him every single time. Yeah, I don't. We go down for dinner. We queue up. This is like 5 o'clock's dinner. So 4:30, we go down for dinner. We queue up. It's like there's a screw standing at the servery, beginning of the hot plate. If you've ever been to a hospital or schools, that's how it is. You go there and they give you one bit there, another bit there, another bit there. You go along it. There'll be a screw standing at the beginning with a clipboard asking your cell number. Eventually you'll know your name and number anyway, yeah. You watch your cell number and your name. So say, right, Aldred, cell 222, you're on B. Blah, 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 yeah. Going along, moving forward. There's a couple of boys I know from school and shit there, you know what I mean? Hello mate, how are you? Pretend we're like making out with best mates ever. Come out and exercise in the morning. Alright mate, yeah. Anyway, as soon as I step into the actual servery, stand in front of the hot plate, you go along, at the end there'll be someone giving out bread. There's a geezer on bread that are not for 90 quid on road, yeah? And only 90 quid, but your kids, ain't ya? So he's going on like it's £1,000,000. I'm ducking and diving him, just dodging him. Just never paid him. To this day, I ain't never paid the geezer back, like, you know what I mean? But I'm phoning him 30 years later. Oh yeah, I've got that money now. Yeah, well, plus interest is probably about 900 quid now. I think, oh no, here we go. I think he's going to fly over the servery, you know what I mean? What can you do? You've got people behind you, people in front of you. I'm not going to run off like on the servery. Like I said plenty of times, I'm a thief, not a fighter, mate. But I ain't going to run on the servery, you know what I mean? Alright. We're going along, going along, moving towards him. We get there. He's looked at me the other way. He ain't stopped looking at me. I've got my 2 bits of bread off him. He ain't said a word. Yeah? 2 white, please, mate. Gone. Thinking, mate. In my head, I'm thinking, God, that was hairy. That was hairy, man. Go upstairs. Door's shut. I talk to her, my cellmate. I go, blah, blah. He goes, yeah. He's up on the freeze. He obviously works on the servery. And he's a red band. He wears a red band around his arm, which means he's a trusted prisoner, yeah? Not just because he's on the servery. The servery don't mean nothing. He's worked his way up to that. To the red band, yeah? Alright. Again, just because he's a red band don't mean he's not going to try and do me for the 90 quid. Alright, so sitting there like we're behind the door now. Again, in my head, I'm thinking, shit, this is going to be on in the morning. He's been in jail for ages. He must know everyone, this, that. I'm in trouble. There's a grey prison toothbrush. It's literally like the shape of a lolly stick, yeah? If you can imagine the shape of a lolly stick, but plastic with a toothbrush on, yeah? There's no special bits and bobs, no bendy bit on it or anything like that. That's a prison toothbrush. Grey, looks like a plastic lolly stick with the toothbrush bit on the end. I've got hold of that. I'm trying to melt the. I've got the blade out, the razor blade, trying to melt the blade into the bristles. Yeah, I can't do it. It's not as easy. I'm just burning myself, making long bits of plastic. Like, you know what I mean? I'm melting things, burning myself, just making a mess. He tries to do the same. He can't do it. He's never done one either. Right? Outside the window, if you open up the cell window, outside the window, obviously there's bricks. Yeah, they're like, if you rub something on it, you can sharpen something up. Yeah. I've got the end of the toothbrush, sharpened it up into a point. Yeah. Right. At least I've got something. I'm thinking, at least I've got something when this geezer up. He's going to come for me in the morning. He's obviously going to come for me in the morning. He's never not going to let this go, is he? He's been telling everyone on road that he's going to do me. I've been ducking him and dodging him and this and that. Comes the morning, it's exercise time. Yeah, exercise is where you get let out onto the yard, walk around in circles for an hour, and back then it was an hour. Okay, I've got the thing down the front of the trousers in my hands. Yeah, notice that the screws are searching as you're going out there. You're only putting your arms up, they go search you like that out. It's not really a search, it's not even a pat down, they've got to do it, so they're just doing it quick, right? So they leave the thing just ballsed off, get outside on the yard, and I'm looking around on the stairs and all that. I'm only on the 2, so I've got to come down on the 1s, and the stairs are right on the door of the yard is right near the stairs, so it's not like I've got to go far. Go down, straight out. I don't see him, but I see a couple of the boys that I see at surgery the night before. Yeah, not a lot, 2, 3 of them. I'm from Romford, they're from Romford. I think a couple of us just go to the same school. Royal Liberty, for those that want to know. Royal Liberty School. Yeah, we're chatting away, and I asked him about matey. Yeah, they say no, he don't ever come out and exercise. He don't ever come out for fresh air. No, why? Basically, he's from Haroldhill. They're from Romford. People from Haroldhill sometimes used to fight boys from Romford back in the day. I don't know what it's like now. I'm talking about when I was a kid. Sometimes I never used to get involved really. I lived in Romford. I mainly hung about with boys from Haroldhill. But that's the way it was. And because he was from Haroldhill, he weren't coming out in the yard because there was a couple of Romford boys out there. Yeah. Oh, sweet, lovely. At least I get a bit of fresh air before I go in there and have to kick off. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Like, we walk around. They're not interested in my beef, are they? You know what I mean? What you in for? This, that. We walk around and think we're out there for an hour. Social time now. I fly in straight up the stairs again. Yeah, I don't want to mess around on the 1s because he's on the surgery. The surgery's on the 1s. He could be down there. I could get dragged into the surgery or something. I've gone up onto the 2s. Nothing. Right? All the landings are separated. So if you're on the 2s landing at Soch, you can't just bop down to the 1 landing or the 3s landing. The gates are shut on the stairs. Right? So you have to ask. And, Gov, can I go onto the 2s or the whatever? And they're probably going to say no anyway. But you might get one that says, yeah, all right, can fly up there for 2 minutes. But all the gates are locked now, yeah? So I'm thinking, sweet, like, where is he? Like, look up on the 3s. He's up on the 3s, sitting down playing cards. A couple of boys around the table. He's not even looking. He's not even like looking down from the 3s onto the 2s, looking at me, calling me or nothing. He's just playing cards. We've got his red band on his arm. Oh, that's sweet. I'm not going to call him, you know what I mean? Say, alright, ain't you going to come down and have a fight with me or what? I'm thinking, alright, sweet. This is going to be a sneak attack one, isn't it? He's just going to try and do me, or he's going to get someone to do me. But the worry goes, like, for that hour anyway. It's like, I'm starting to think, right, I should say, it's got nothing to do with nothing, but when I was talking about put the Red Bull in the drawer, there was a reason for that. Come out at dinner, when we come back for dinner, my tobacco was gone. So, fucking blah blah blah. The Red Bull, the crap stuff, yeah, out of the drawer. The drawer's right near the door, so literally someone's come in, open up the drawer. Probably be the two boys that come to the door earlier on. I'm telling my cellmate, yeah, he knows them anyway. He's been in jail like longer than me anyway. Social time the next day now. I've got all this other shit on my mind. No, exercise the next day. As soon as the doors have come open, I've got all the other shit on my mind. He has gone to the cell that's took the tobacco, said blah 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 is good stuff, blah blah blah. I got it back. Minus whatever they took the night before and whatever handful they took out before they give it to me. But I've got it back. So now I'm talking to him at Soch. Blah blah blah. Sorry for doing that, this, that, you know, ha ha. Oh, yeah, it's funny, isn't it? But why? Listen, YOs are like that. YOs, there's no loyalty in a YO. A young offenders, kids in it, kids robbing kids. Yeah, I didn't even take it personal. Got it back. It's not like I haven't ever taken something out of someone's cell. I'm not walking around the ring telling people about matey either, yeah, just in case there is mate, you know what I mean? So I'm keeping it to myself. We get banged up. Well, no, I have a shower during association time. Nothing. I'm fully thinking that someone's going to do me in the shower. I've got the film showering the thing. Nothing. Get banged up. Go down for lunch later on. I don't even think he's down there. It's only sandwiches. I don't even think he's down there. Don't see him again all down banged up all day now. I've got no job or anything. Go down for dinner. No one comes to my door throughout the whole day. When the cleaners are out and the red bands are out, he's out. No one comes to my door. Opens the flat. Would you owe me this money? Nothing. It's making me more paranoid. I'm thinking, mate, this is going to go off at some point, surely. You know what I mean? I'm laying down at night worrying about it, thinking this is definitely going to go off. How can it not? After all this, what's been said on road about it and all that, it's got to go off. One day turns into two. I'm going down for dinner. He says nothing. I get my bread off him. At first, I'm thinking, shall I actually take the bread? But there's no way he knows what I'm going to choose. I might have two white. I might have two brown. I might have one white and one brown. You know what I mean? Could I have the two bits of crust at the bottom? It's not like you can spit on them and lick them or anything. But 2 days goes into 3, goes into 4. Nothing. Eventually, I'm sort of half forgetting about it. 5 days. I was there for less than a week, and the screws cracked my door and said, "You've got your DCAT. You're going to a DCAT, which is the lowest minimum security prison you can go to. There's no wall. There's no wall around it. Nothing. Right? I didn't even know what a DCAT was at the time. I was a kid, but right, lovely. Get shipped out again. At least I ain't got this worry on my head. But nothing ever happened. Maybe he was planning to do some mental move. Let me be there for a month or something, but I doubt it. He just sort of ignored it. Not saying nothing bad against him. Maybe he didn't care about the 90 quid by then. He certainly did on road. But I'm just saying that the worry about things is worse. It's not the best example to use to say, yeah, I was walking about one of them things and nothing happened. Like, yeah, but the point is the same. If you worry about things, you just scare yourself. You just scare yourself, and you don't scare yourself less. It just gets more and more, and it builds and builds and builds, and none of that's good. It's not good for you up there. It's not good for you up there. It's not good for you there or there. So just the moral of that story: just deal with your problem straight away. If you've got a problem, honestly, it's easy to say it, but if you've got a problem, just deal with it straight away. It is never as bad as what you think, ever. Anyway, if you enjoyed that, hit the subscribe and we'll chat later. Adios.